We are remembering the great Phil Lesh tonight. He was a pioneering bassist for the iconic Grateful Dead, which developed a sound and following that helped define San Francisco's 1960s hippie movement. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Ama Dates. The co-founder of arguably one of the biggest bands to come out of the Bay Area has died. Phil Lesh helped craft some of the Grateful Dead's most memorable songs. Lesh was born in Berkeley and went to UC Berkeley, but left after his first year. Jerry Garcia asked Lesh to join his band in 1964. At the time, it was called the Warlocks. Garcia asked Lesh to play bass, even though he was a classically trained violinist. They became the Grateful Dead in 1965, and the rest, as they say, is history. They had an eclectic, iconic sound that was a fusion of several genres and developed a devout following. Rolling Stone magazine called Lesh one of the greatest bass players of all time. Phil Lesh was 84 years old. Lesh and his bandmates lived in the Haight-Ashbury in what's become known as the Grateful Dead house. The city paid tribute to him tonight, lighting up City Hall with a rainbow tie-dye look. This is just one of many tributes we've seen. ABC 7 News reporter Tara Campbell went to Lesh's former home, where there was a steady stream of fans stopping by to pay their respects.
Deadheads descending on the Haight-Ashbury house that the band called home in the 60s. There to say goodbye to Grateful Dead founding member Phil Lesh.
They've had a really big influence on our life, and so I like to think of the happy memories.
And perhaps some of the happiest for this couple from Atlanta. The two Deadheads meeting at a concert.
We got the Grateful Dead dancing bears with the ring.
Our wedding ring.
On our wedding rings.
Yeah.
So you're married because of the Grateful Dead?
Yep.
Yes, because of our love for the Grateful Dead.
Yep.
That's how we ended up together.
And each other.
And it just so happens they were visiting San Francisco on this day.
When we heard the news that Phil had died, we decided we wanted to come down here and just pay our respects.
It's like watching a bunch of your friends get older, and everybody gets older, and so people die. But the music goes on.
And the music does indeed go on, right across the street in this Volkswagen van.
That's surreal. I mean, you know, the Dead were getting old, and so, you know, I was just telling him I figured this day was coming, but not so soon.
The band, a symbol of the counterculture movement of the 60s.
If you look at that house and you think about the people that have gone up and down those steps in those special years, that was a very special moment in time.
It's a whole community of misfits, in a way. And it's home for a lot of people who don't feel they have a home.
Their music defining a generation and inspiring generations of fans to follow.
The energy from that time is still here. You feel it. I mean, we're sitting in an old van. There's people walking up and down the street who know and love this music. It just never stops.
Rest in peace, Phil. We'll miss you. Thanks for all the good times.
Tara Campbell, ABC 7 News.